management, with consultation with missionaries, we appointed him as our mission champion for Morocco. In every gathering, be it at conventions, we need to be talking on to environmental justice. Because as a human being, it came out that we devour the environment that God gave us. And it's upon our shoulders that we revive the environment. Thank you very much. I hand to you, Reverend Moses, to give us that presentation. Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Financial Coordinator, Bishop, and the Synod of the Land. I greet you all in the wonderful name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to give a very short presentation since it is the introduction in the district. This desk has been presenting throughout the mission groups conventions, starting from Women's Mañana, YMG, as well as the combo which was in Lachtenberg for LPA and Music Association. Like my coordinator already said, the desk was launched on the 7th of March in Joburg, and the purpose of this desk, in short, as the church, the faith-based organizations, the Methodist Church made an association as well, or made a response call to the faith-based organizations' involvement in the response in climate change. We know that the carbon footprint is a challenge nowadays. Climate change is no longer a problem for tomorrow. It's no longer a problem for the future. It is what we are living today. So that is how we came about this environmental justice desk. So, environmental justice desk is not optional. It is not optional. I always say this, we are part of the environment. And as we are part of the environment, we need to protect it as it is part of us. We need the environment more than the environment needs us. So, the Bible tells us time and again, from Genesis to the last book, even John Wesley's mandate number 12, it says care for the environment. As the Methodist Church, as the Wesleyans in this movement, we are to abide to the 12th mandate. If you are going to abide to the classes that John Wesley started this church as, we need to also abide by what he brought before us as where we are and what we are doing. So, the Bible in the book of Psalm chapter 24, verse 1, it says, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. If we are of the Lord, then we are of the environment. We are the environment, then we are of the Lord. There is nothing that can be done to separate us from the environment. When God created the earth, the Bible says he looked at it, he created everything. He looked at it and he admired it. We were part of the admiration by God. So, the environmental justice desk is grounded in the Wesleyan understanding of social holiness. It is our mandate as the Methodist. We understand social holiness more than any other person, as it is what is the basis, the primary basis or the primary ground where our church has been formed. Our church has been formed in social holiness. That is why we keep on the themes of every year. They keep on changing. They say we are an alternative community. Today we are saying the other side is awaiting because we are part of the environment. So I am appealing to you today that the other side is awaiting. The environment is crying. The nature is bleeding because of us. So it exists as a response of faith to the growing environmental crisis, calling for the church to action and care and justice. But also, justice is not just for the perpetrators. Today we find ourselves as Christians. We find ourselves today as faith-based organizations, as the Methodist people. we found ourselves as the perpetrators of the environment. Now, I'm appealing to you through the environmental justice that we respond differently. Ministers, I'm saying this for the third time, and I'm going to say this time and again, that ministers, let us reform, let us take away, move away. These people, they know about Ezekiel 37, the voice and the sound in the valley of dry bones, they know. But we also know about the environment. We should go eco-ministry. We should go eco-theological into our people, into our congregations, as Circuit Stewards. We need to commemorate the environmental days. We need to commemorate the World Water Days. Because we are part of the environment, and we need to continue making sure that the environment does not bleed. Why now? Why is environmental justice coming now? Why are we here today? Bagayetu, our church is a connectional church. We exist in different countries. Whatever situation is happening in Mozambique, it affects Moloko district. It affects the MC. It affects a human right, of which we have been commissioned, we've been mandated as Christians to take care of one another. How do you love him when you cannot love and take care of who is next to you? So, we are bringing this now. Creation is groaning under human impact. The creation is groaning under human impact. We impact the environment more than the environment impacts us. So, this response that we are here today, it's very evident. I'm not here to convince you with examples. I'm not here to convince you with theories and scenarios. That is why today we are experiencing rainfall. One day it's cloudy. Maybe you guys haven't gone outside. It's cloudy. But it's winter season. We are experiencing winter rainfall in Botswana. The things that we have never had before. There are floods everywhere. The Pandamatenga here in Botswana. We experience floods. Here in Gaborone, we experience floods. And the church responded. According to John Wesley's manual, the church responded through the flood relief fund. The church responded to the people who are affected. Allow me, Bishop, to say this. Most of the people who are affected by the impacts of our activities, it's women and children. That is where inequality and equity comes in. They are supposed to stay home, taking care, finding manuno for bad, finding manuno for bana. This malwetsi a horror. Borre ya go senka dijo. Bomme will be staying home. Ba o ka malwetsi a tlileng due to the environmental change. So, understanding environmental justice, moving into another slide. Understanding environmental justice. Environmental justice is deeply connected to our relationship with God. In our classes, where Methodism is, in our classes, it is where we want to know how you are living with God. It should impact, it should involve the environment. How are you living with your environment? Secondly, our relationship with our neighbor. We have the neighbors who have been affected by these impacts, by the floods. We've got churches, facilities that have been affected by the floods, the winds. This impact. The Church of God is suffering. They are convening under a tree because of the impact. Our relationship with creation. That time of meditation that you have. The time of meditation, it is where you are connecting yourself with God and the environment. So, if we are to understand environmental justice, we are to bring it closer to our meditation sessions. The social call for the call for social holiness. The Methodists, as Methodists, we are a social holiness movement. This is our rule of life. Do not harm, do good all times, attend upon the ordinances of God. Our shared identity. Environmental justice is not separate from humanity. It is part of who we are. That is why we have that saying there, we are children of the soil. I said this and I felt it too deep for me when reflecting after my presentation in Mafia. I said, we are dust, and unto dust we shall return. That is what makes us the primary relationship with the environment. We need to take care of our origin. If we could take care of our origin, it's going to be easy. It's going to be simple to say, now we are responding, we are advocating for the environment. We are advocating for climate change. Youth, MCY, I'm appealing to you. There are organizations like Climate Years. Climate Years is a youth organization that speaks, that advocates for the environment. It is here in Botswana. It just arrived here in Botswana last year. We are still 14 in Namibia. So if we are to respond to the call, I think Rona, Banana, the youth, the young people, who can advocate for our parents and our people and our congregation. Ausmari said something that those teachers of Sunday school, they should be regulated. If they can regulate, it's going to be easier for them. If they'll be well capacitated, so that this information starts from our kids. We are deeply connected to creation and responsible for its care. The Southern African context, this is not a problem, perhaps. It's not a problem. It is a restorative movement. From every circuit today, with a tree. A tree, they are going to plant a tree. I don't know. Bishop, there is something when we talk about tree planting, we just think we just do it for fun. We just do it. How about this? They call it, I don't know what they call it. That's when you buy a tree and you go and plant a tree. Why you don't take care of it. But the relationship, the initial relationship, the love that you had, the passion that you had, that tree we that should say something to you. It should communicate to you. That is the relationship with creation that we're talking about. It is not that Kisiboni Muhammad and Kisiboni Mama Lenz minister that hidden passion of you and plant it. It is your connection with creation. It is your primary connection with God. So everyone was going to get a tree. Every side is going to get a tree. And these trees behind, go and plant them. Let the tree make a difference. Let the tree make a difference. Give it a name and take care of it. Believe me, if you meditate with the passion and love towards that tree, it will daily connect you with God. Because you'll be taking care of creation. God will take care of you as well. The South African context, we face floods, we face drought, we face pollution, but pollution comes from us, Bagaitsu. Kerona, Bargina pollution. Pollution cannot be there if we wouldn't be existing here. Regardless of who we got pollution, we couldn't be talking about climate change. So, Bagaitsu, are you going to our origin? Are you going to our environment? Hagitu mele kuno kumpienu ana kola pe kola le la pale sila ndasti. Ngwana hasta utata pa biya ya haba wa mukhalemela ibiti. But wena mogolo ha o tsoko mbolo o rekile 1.5 liter metsi ha o e hetsa ya just 1 liter. Ke tla isa kae. But that itself, it's pollution. Just know how we go there, just know that you are the cause. We are the cause. So we are to suffer the consequences. What this requires from us, what do we need to do? Reflect on local environmental realities and raise awareness and mobilize action. I'm appealing for action, Bagaitsu. I'll continue talking, but we need to take a step. For us to say we have responded as the Methodists, we need to take a step. Taking a step it means reflecting on the environmental realities in your area, the area that you live in, and raise awareness. Secondly, integrate creation care into preaching, teaching, and Bible study, ecotheology. Supervisor of studies, I'm appealing to you. Let us go and revise our materials. Let us go ecotheologically, so that people should know that we preach what we practice. There is no relationship with God without taking care of the environment. We are abandoning the other part. Presiding Bishop says the other side is awaiting. The other side is awaiting. The environment is bleeding. But now we come here every day, we sing songs, we sing hymn time and again, we are praising Lord. But while we are contaminating what God created with love, get involved. Get involved with the cause. I'm calling you to action when I'm concluding this. Preaching series for ministers, theological materials, like I said, for Sunday school, and class meetings. Generously gave us small groups to work with here. So we are working within small groups. The information, it speaks to us. It speaks to us. Let's take an action. We are called. We have been called as Christians. There is no one. We are all called here. If we are to be unplugged from faith, what will we be? If you are not called, what are we doing here? So we are not called. Let us respond to the call. Second, planting indigenous trees and fruit trees. We want indigenous trees. Let us go and try by all means to respond to the call of caring for the environment. A call to action. As creation grows under climate change, pollution and environmental injustice that affects the poor most severely, how must our theology, worship, discipline, and mission change so that environmental justice becomes a central expression of our social holiness and love for God, neighbor, and creation. The Bible says, molao o motona ke one o rata yo o bapileng le ena. I thank you.
Moses, with this